Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. This is United Daily Live, and we are back for more Manchester United news, as we are every single day here on AdamMcKola TV. Yes, it's daily content for you guys coming in your lives every single day, and we've got plenty to go through today, including more rumours on an Angel Gomes agreement. We have more rumours than there is any official news in relation to what's going on with Angel Gomes. And it's a simple contract renewal. At least we thought it was going to be. His contract expires at the end of this campaign. Now we know the Premier League and FIFA and all those guys have approved extended contracts up until the end of the current campaigns due to the coronavirus pandemic, both to protect footballers and also to protect clubs, to enable them to be able to keep some of those players until the season ends, and of course not have a weird limbo period where you've got some players out of contract without a team while there's still competitive football going on. So obviously United have been helped by that. They've been helped by that little bit of a delay to proceedings. But nevertheless, there's been rumours of linking him with Chelsea, Dortmund, Juventus, Barcelona, various different European clubs. The kind of clubs that you'd expect to snap up young, hot talent and try and develop them and sell them on in a couple of years, probably back to the England. But Chelsea were one that were linked with him an awful lot. And it definitely sent a few worries through Manchester United fans. But the last couple of reports have been quite positive in terms of him staying at United. And we have seen him being involved with the first team more recently in the friendlies and in the training and everything, which you would think kind of points at the fact that he's probably staying at Manchester United. But we can't count our chickens yet. So we'll be going through the latest reports in regards to Angel Gomes. We'll also be looking at all the other news in regards to Dean Henderson, whose loan's been extended at Sheffield United. Now, I seen that article and I thought, what's going on there? Dean Henderson's loan's extended already. But it just means his loan's been extended to the end of this current campaign. Teddy Mengi played with the first team in their friendly against West Bromwich Albion. Well, they had two friendlies against West Bromwich Albion. One ended in defeat, one ended in victory. The results aren't what matters at this period in time. It's all about getting fitness and things like that up for him. But Andreas Pereira definitely had a good time out in that instance. And Manchester United's mega store has reopened as well at Old Trafford. Now, it won't be open on match days for obvious reasons, but it has reopened now. The reason this is a headline is because it shows you there's a gradual build up towards kind of some sense of normality resuming around proceedings. Of course, until there's a vaccine, until there's all those kind of things, it's not going to be solved. But nevertheless, it does show you that we are edging towards that kind of thing, and the United are edging towards being more business as usual as possible as you can be. So we'll be looking mainly at Angel Gomes today, and anything else you guys want to speak about in those comments as well. So make sure you're keeping your thoughts coming in. I can see Seriously in there. Joel Page, who says, I love waking up to AdamMcKola TV. Thank you very much, Joel. 94J Reedy, Ross Murphy, Jordan Taylor, Manavs again in the house. A1 Assad, Mikey Smith, Dead Polars back in the house. United fan, Sean Ralph. We got loads here. Hilton is here as well. So thank you very much to everybody getting involved in the comments and in the questions. Amar Vij, Jesse Gentry as well is here. And he says, thoughts on the rumoured rejected £100 million bid for Ansu Fati. Jesse, we'll have a look at that a little bit later, if that's okay with you, because right now we're going to get stuck into this stuff about Angel Gomes. Now, Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic has reported that Angel Gomes has a new deal. He was answering questions for Manchester United fans in The Athletic, and he was asked a question about Angel Gomes. Now let me find this question that he was asked about Angel Gomes. I hate that I can't, sang a little tune for you there, but I hate that I can't search for names and then find it in the article, but nevertheless, I've got it. Is there still any possibility that Angel Gomes will get his contract extended? Asked Weber W. And Laurie said, this question got 21 likes, the most out of any, so I have to answer it. It's clear that I know 21 likes, not a lot, but it's clear that that is quite a hot topic for them. It was the most liked question, so a lot of United fans on The Athletic want to hear about that. And he says, I'm led to believe talks are edging towards a new deal for Angel Gomes. and the sight of him taking full part in training recently suggests he will feature to some degree in the running. It has been such a drawn-out cloak and dagger process. Anything is possible. I'm told negotiations have stalled in the past over game time. The level United are looking at is around £25,000 per week. Now, it says there, and it mentioned it has stalled over game time. Now, what I like from Manchester United at the moment is I'm beginning to kind of see, I don't know about you, but this is how I think Ollie sees his midfield. I think he sees his midfield. Now, this is going to fluctuate and it's going to change, and it's going to be, there's going to be instances where the players that I say are backup for one player are going to play with the person that they're supposedly backup for. So obviously that's going to happen in a long drawn out season. But if you were like kind of playing Football Manager, or if you were balancing out your squad and trying to see, right, where, like, who's going to play where, yeah? If you looked at, if you played a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, whatever you're going to play, you're going to have three midfielders. You're going to have Bruno, probably, Pogba, and another. That's likely to happen, whether it's 2 and 1 or it's 1 and 2. Whatever way around it is, it's going to be that way. So, Matic, is he your main holding midfielder, or is it McTominay? I think it's going to be them two are kind of going to play the same roles, Matic and McTominay. And then you're going to have Pogba, I think, and Fred's almost going to be his backup. And Bruno, I feel like Angel might be getting chances when Bruno's coming off. And if you look at that, it's quite a good options to have. Then obviously you got James Garner, Dylan Levitt, etc. as well coming through. But being able to kind of like plot out, okay, if McTominay don't play, Matic plays. If Pogba don't play, Fred plays. If Bruno don't play, Gomez plays. It's kind of two men for those positions. Now there'll be times where Fred, you know, and Pogba and Bruno play. And there'll be times where Matic and McTominay play. I'm not saying they won't. But try and, like, if you were balancing your squad, you would kind of look at it in that way. And I think it's a good selection to have at this moment in time. Angel Gomes, for me, should be given more game time. I'm a massive fan of his. I want him to stay at Manchester United. And we're hearing more and more that it looks likely that it's going to be the case. And I would love that to be the case. He's clearly an incredible talent. He's clearly someone that, you know, we've liked at Manchester United. It's not like, you know, he's been on the periphery. He's been right in the middle of everything, coming through in the youth ranks and in the academy. And it'd be a shame to see him just walk away from Old Trafford now and potentially feel that ability and that talent elsewhere. So yeah, a big fan of Angel Gomes. Is fingers crossed. This is good news in relation to a deal being closed, and it's sorted very, very soon. We had heard it was roughly around £25,000 to £30,000 per week. Mason Greenwood's on 30 grand a week though, and I think that has to be like, right, are you as good as Mason? Really, in my opinion, Mason's generational talent. The Angel just comes in the bracket underneath him, and it probably is about right in terms of where you'd expect him to be, and in terms of trying to keep competition off as well. So big fan of Angel Gomes. Fingers crossed he says. The members know that Adam goes for a KFC on a hangover, that's assured. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of a KFC when you absolutely mash up. Both Pizza, what was the thing? Pizza Hut or Pizza or KFC. See, Pizza Hut's not the best pizza place, Minnie. So if you're asking me Pizza Hut or KFC, I'm saying KFC all day long. But if it was Pizza Express, maybe, not the one in Woking, Nancy's place that, but any other one, I might go there. Domino's is alright sometimes. So, you know, just saying. Thoughts on our very own pre-season PLO. He's at it again, isn't he, Ollie? The pre-season PLO, Andreas Pereira's at it again, scoring goals for Manchester United in the game against West Bromwich Albion. Now, we had two friendlies against them. I don't think they were complete 90 minutes. And we had a team which consisted of Pogba and Bruno playing. They had probably a reserve back four and goalkeeper. They had Bishop in goal, I think, and things like that. but the front 3 and 4 were kind of like probably the strongest. That team lost 2-1 against West Bromwich Albion, with Bruno Fernandes scoring from the penalty spot. And then it did have some few very good glimpses. Marcus Rashford looked lively. Paul Pogba picking out a few great passes. They did show a few glimpses. And then you looked at the other team that played, which I believe was probably a second string, and they beat their West Bromwich Albion counterparts 3-1. And obviously, Andres Pereira got 2. I've seen one of his goals in the video that United released, which one of them was a fantastic strike. So fair play to him. Again, looking good in what we call pre-season, isn't it? Always looks good in pre-season. He looked amazing under Jose. Do you remember that period where he played DM, he played left, played right, played against Barcelona, I think looked class. He looked really, really good in pre-season. He just never applied it in the first team, which was unfortunate. Number 1 pizza? No, I don't think I've ever been there, bro. Where can I watch the highlights? Says Joel Page. If you go on manunited.com and you go to the article where they're talking about that game, then you will see that there's a video there, and you just click play. Make sure, I think you might have to have Flash activated to read that. What's good, Riaset? How you doing, mate? Proper pumped for the game. Jeremy Vea with the super chat. Jeremy, love you, mate. Hi, mate. Long time since I watched you live, but always watch your videos after work. Thank you, bro. Players like Angel and Chung are going to play more, I think. Thanks, Adam. What do we think about... Thank you very much again, Jeremy, by the way. But what do you think about Tahith Chong's possibility for game time? Obviously, we're hearing about Angel Gomes, but what do you think about Tahith Chong going forward? Do you think he needs to go out on loan in the summer? Do you think he should stay and be competition? Because we haven't got much out there in terms of wide players. What do you think in relation to Tahith Chong? I'm not as pessimistic about his future as some people. Some people have already written him off, and I think that's a little bit unfair. He's still got to physically develop a little bit more, strengthen up. He's clearly got some talent there, but he does seem to get thrown off the ball quite easily. He doesn't impose himself physically on games. So it would be good to see a little bit more from Tahith Chong, and maybe even sending him out on loan. Safia says pre-season Perlo, but he has enough of chances, time to go. Al says he was up to his usual tricks yesterday. Pogba and Matic at DM and Bruno at 10 is what I see Ali playing. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Sam. I don't think Pogba's at DM as such, but playing in that 2, just sitting, maybe a 4-2-3-1, and then Pogba pushing forward at times as well. I prefer the 4-3-3 with 1 pivot and 2 ahead. So then you can have Pogba on the left CM, Bruno on the right CM. That's how I prefer to set up a 4-3-3. I'm not a huge fan of the 4-2-3-1, although I can see its benefits. What game today? What game's on today? United fan? I don't know. City are playing today in the league. What's going on there? Guys, can I just thank as well the Docus22 for joining, or Docus, sorry if I've said that wrong. Jesse joined, Shriyan as well. They were the last 3 members to join AdamMcKola TV. We are now on 88 members. That means we have now got 12 to go to hit the target of 100 by the end of the month, which gives us 17 days to get 12. I believe that is achievable here on AdamMcKola TV, and we might even be one on the way to the next target before the end of this month. So if you can join, click that join button. Remember, if you're a YouTube Premium member, so if you pay for YouTube Premium and you're in a select few countries, I think it's like UK, Ireland, Japan, Brazil, India, a few others. If you're in those countries, you can redeem a free membership. Why don't you redeem it on my channel? Anyway, guys, get hitting the like button, get commenting, get sharing, get your thoughts in. Manchester United lost 2-1 against West Brom and also beat West Brom 3-1 yesterday. So I guess it was 4-3 on aggregate. We won, right? 4-3. What are we talking about? People saying we lost. Dean Henderson's loan's been extended. Ted Mengi, if you remember, Nicky Butt and a few others were saying he'll probably be the next one to come through at Manchester United and make his first team debut. He played for the first team yesterday. I believe he was in that team that consisted of Pogba and Bruno as well, which would have been good for him to kind of get to grips with things, playing at all that kind of the level with the first team, and Pogba and Brute, it must have been a different gravy for him. Yes, Tiff, brother, joined, one of the earliest ones to join. What a guy. I agree on the 4-3-3, says Sean. Pogba will play as a deep line playmaker and will sport in attacks FM20 style. Redeem it, boys, says Nick. Nice one, Si. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. First time I've seen you in the comments there, so apologies if I've missed anything else from you. And apologies to anyone if I miss your comments. I don't mean to miss them. Core Stub, sorry to hear that, bro. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I got some information which said it was, so apologies if YouTube is lying to me. Dastardly douches. Remember when we drew 5-5 against them? Joel said, yep, Fergie's last ever game. I remember I got a ticket in the West Bromwich Albion, and obviously I live in Birmingham. I couldn't get a ticket in the away end. I just couldn't get it, obviously. It was like bloody hen's teeth, those tickets were. They were proper hard to get. But my mate, who was a West Bromwich Albion season ticket holder, said he didn't want us to go and see United celebrating a title. And he said, I'll sell it to you. I go to him, look, I know you're gonna be getting all sorts of offers. I'll give you 80 quid, which was like probably 50 quid more than it was worth on face value. And then in the coming 2 weeks, I hadn't yet picked up the ticket. And this geezer's going to me, oh, I've just been offered 300 quid. I've just been offered 400 quid. I've just been offered 500 quid. And I was there thinking, I'm a student, bruv. Like, so first of all, you can't be doing this to me. And second of all, like, we've had a deal, you know what I mean? You're my friend, you can't do this. And so he kept trying to get more and more, like, come on, just, and I went, you know what? Look, I'll give you £100 and I'm not going any higher than that. And that's the most I've probably ever spent on a ticket. Because it's ridiculous. But it was worth it. Fergie's last game, 10 goals, 5-5 draw, Lukaku hat-trick, fucking amazing game. It was just a shame I had to sit there surrounded by West Bromwich Albion fans. There was loads of United fans in the end though, which I didn't mind at all. So that was incredible times to be alive. My predictions for the Spurs game. At the moment, I'm feeling confident of a win, so we'll see how that develops as the week goes by. Just tuned in, great news. Would be sorry to see Gomes leave, says Boru. Same, mate. None of us want to see one of our best academy talents leaving Manchester United. We definitely don't. That Andreas goal in the friendly against West Bromwich Albion was good, says Bulla. It was a very good strike, comfortably bent into the top corner. It's the kind of thing that Andreas Pereira is capable of. We just hope he did it more than he does. Let me go and check out news now, Manchester United, all that good stuff, and see what's going on in terms of the news. If there's any other headlines that I've missed out on today. So there's a report here. Let's see if the Daily Mail have got anything else on. So United invited West Brom to Old Trafford for a friendly. The Premier League side put out 2 strong teams for their 2 matches. A United side including Pogba and Bruno was beaten 2-1. The Portuguese January arrival continued his fine form by scoring. Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial helped them win the second game. So hold on, Rashford and Martial never played with Bruno and Pogba? Okay then. See, I thought they did, so I'm glad to hear that. Marcus Rashford looked like he was on fire though. What he was doing to some of them, man. Bloody hell. Oli Solskjaer enjoyed mixed emotions. The United manager was keen for his squad to get a run out. United who resumed their Premier League season against Tottenham. Yep. Fernandez, a 47 million January signing from Sporting continued. However, it's determined Albion side who blooded some of their youngsters. Late on, hit back with goals. It was 2 games of 90 minutes, with the first game kicking off around 1 and the second 2 hours later. England striker Marcus Rashford showed signs he was back to full fitness as he lined up with Anthony Martial in attack. Looks good. Not bad at all. Tahith Chong scored as well in that 3-1 win. Andres Pereira getting the 2 goals there. We've got 309 people watching right now. Over 300. Thank you very much for tuning in. Get hitting that like button right now. I've just accidentally unliked my video. I had to undo that. But yeah, get hitting that like button right about now, my funk soul brothers. Teddy Mengi ready for football. I reckon he should go on loan to a football league club, says Ross. They did play with them. They played in both games. Oh, okay, Dylan. Apologies about that. So Dylan's corrected us there. They did play with them. £100 for Fergie's last match, worth every penny spent. €250 on a Pearl Jam ticket in 2000. I was cold sober, went straight from work. Best gig I've ever been to. I love hearing stories like that. Where was it, Baru? The Pearl Jam concert? What venue or what city was it in? Give me more of that story. 300 part-time legends. Fred Fred averages more defensive duels won per 90 minutes than any other top 6 players so far this season, more than Kante and Ndidi, says Vishal. So do you guys think that my comments on Fred's defensive abilities are a little bit unfair in terms of being a defensive midfielder? Or do you agree with me in that maybe he is a player that plays in a further forward midfield position? He's a more box to box than he is outright defensive. I think if he's tasked with just sitting there, I don't think he does it. Do we expect Jose to park the bus on Friday, says Ben. No, he don't park the bus no more. He plays youngsters, he plays attacking football, all that stuff. He's not United manager now, so he don't do things like that. I'm late. What's the Gomes update? Says Slappy Goo. The Gomes update is Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic says there's talks between Man United and Angel Gomes are almost there. They were held up by agreements over playing time, and that he should be signing a new deal very, very soon, worth £25,000 a week. The problem for us Manchester United fans that are keen to see this happen very quickly is that we're in a position where us Man United fans, we don't want to see him leave. And we've heard this story so many times. He's agreed, he's agreed, he's agreed. So you don't want to think, oh yeah, it's all sorted out. And it's not. And he ends up fucking signing for Chelsea, because then we look stupid. Check it out now. The font. So that is the greatest FIFA song ever. And what's the other one? Blur, song 2. Have I got that wrong? Right? Let me just see. Blur, song 2. Was that the one in FIFA? Woohoo! Yeah, it's that one. Those 2 are the best ever FIFA songs, I've got to say. Adam, would you play Mason on the right versus Spurs? Says Irish Chris. Irish Chris, we did a video yesterday, me and Dean, with our predicted 11s for that Spurs game. I don't want to spoil that video by telling you the answer, but you may be very interested in going to watch that video after we are finished here. That's all I will say. Liverpool trying to get Sir Alex statue taken down for the 20 years of misery he's caused them, says 94J Reedy. What formation do I prefer, says Bullard. I prefer the 4-3-3. But I understand that, if we go into a game in a different formation, that some games you have to change formation. Mikey Smalling, how you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well. Aaron Gooden, good to see you. Sean, thank you. It was that one. But it was that on FIFA? Which FIFA was that on? FIFA Road to World Cup 98. What a game! And it had the indoor 5-a-side football as well, which was amazing. Your top 3 must signings for United, says Limmy Thunga. Thank you very much for your super chat, Limmy. First, I appreciate the support on the channel. My top 3 must signings for United. I think we all know by now. The first name I'm going to say is Jadon Sancho. Everyone knows that one. So Jadon Sancho would be the first one. Then I'd go with... We need a defensive midfielder. I'd go with like a Thomas Partey or a Camavinga. Someone of that ilk. Camavinga's probably too young to come in, especially when you consider we got James and all that. So I'd go with Thomas Partey. So we got Jadon Sancho, Thomas Partey, Jack Grealish. Bit greedy, maybe, but I love Jack Grealish. I'd take him. For me, versus Tottenham, 4-4-2 diamond, says Jeremy. That could work very well because you'd have Marcus Rashford, I'm assuming, and Anthony Martial in the front too. They can split out wide, and whoever's at the focal point of your diamond can push forward and create a 4-3-3. Which is, it means your formation's very fluid. Rashford and Martial are used to playing out wide. Bruno can, it's not his main position, but he can play as a false nine if required to, in that position, So it gives you that flexibility of being able, in transition, to move into a 4-3-3. But the diamond also enables us to play, Matic, McTominay, Pogba, and Bruno, or Fred and Pogba and Bruno, or McTominay, Fred, Pogba, Bruno. So it opens up more of you, but then you probably only have one or two central midfielders on the bench. Well, that's all you need, but you've put out a lot of your first choice selection then, haven't you? But I hear you, it's a good formation. Thank you again, Limmy, for your super chat. Jeremy, I agree about the 4-3-3 as just said. Paul Oakenfold, beautiful goal, another classic. Can you sing that to me, please, Ross? I can't remember that one. Ever play David Beckham Soccer? I did play that. And the Man United PS2 free game, where it was every club had a game, didn't they? Or most clubs had a game. Like I remember seeing Liverpool, Celtic, Rangers. It was made. Who made them again? Was it Codemasters? Was it? I remember buying that game though. It was a pretty cool game to see because it was all official and that kind of thing. Nice one, Vishal. I appreciate that, bro. And there's going to only end up being more and more and more and more content. What's that on my arm? Oh, a little bit of fluff. So yeah, thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much to those people that have been. Do you want to see me do watch-alongs on Hot Mic or on here? I've been recommended Hot Mic a few times, and the guys of Hot Mic have reached out to me. So I could potentially do that on there and then just do post-match live stuff. But it depends what you guys are thinking. Divyam Tripathi says, would you place any importance on both the results against West Brom? Should we be worried? I don't think we should be worried. I imagine tactically, we didn't go into as much detail as maybe we would against Spurs, although, that's probably underplaying it a little bit. But I also feel like it's a pre-season friendly. We've seen pre-seasons before in the past where we've steamrolled everyone, come to the first game of the season and lost. Remember under Louis Van Gaal. And, Andres Pereira scored 2. So what does that, you know what I mean? So we have to take these results with a pinch of salt. By the way, if we win, don't get too excited. If we lose, don't get too downtrodden. If it became a theme, then I'd be a bit worried, but I wouldn't take it too seriously. Players wouldn't be flying into challenges. It would have been Paul Pogba's first game, proper game back against opposition that are getting in his face and looking to hurt him maybe and put a little bit on him. Bruno Fernandes, they haven't played in a long time. Have West Bromwich Albion been playing before? We don't know where they're at in their kind of pre-season. So all those different things come into consideration. I wouldn't be too worried by it at all. But thank you very much, Divyam, for your super chat. I appreciate that. Absolute legend. Champions League final against Liverpool in FM20 for me. Wish me luck. Get your suit on, Sloppy, and good luck. Make sure you do the Scousers for us. Otherwise, Sloppy Goo out. Oh, you can do it on Hot Mic and YouTube. Do they link together? I need to research this, don't I? I need to research this. How do I feel about Van der Beek, or how do you all feel about Van der Beek, says JR. So get some of your opinions in as well. And I will tell you, my opinion is I am not confident it's going to happen or it's going to come through. I wouldn't be disappointed by that. I've never really expected him to come through, but nevertheless. Gomes needs to be loaned, says Rowan. Does anyone agree with that? Hot Mic is sick. It can get you crowd noise from your TV, Adam. Sweet. I'll check it out. Is it me or not hype over Grealish? I don't think it's hype. I think he's very good. Where would Grealish play? He can play in the advanced attacker role, left, right. He can play. He's quite flexible in the positions that he can play. He's almost a free spirit. Talk about pinch of salt. Just done in about 100 slugs in my garden. Bloody hell, how many? Um, okay, cool. I'll try and sync it up with YouTube then, and we'll see what we can do for that game against Tottenham Hotspur. But we're going to have loads going on, so make sure you're keeping it locked. Neil's just joined us. Thank you for getting involved, Neil. Sorry if you already discussed this, but what's your thoughts on the Bellingham deal not happening? Says Sunnit. Jude Bellingham, I'm not. Look, I would have liked him to sign for Manchester United, but you got to be realistic as well. And I think from his perspective, he probably feels he wouldn't get as much football, which I think is totally fine. Yeah, it's good to see we're in for these players, but if we don't get them, it's not the end of the world. Um, Especially when you look at why the reasons are for him not coming to Manchester United. So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Kartik's joined us just as we're leaving. What an idiot. But thank you for joining us. Make sure you're keeping it locked. You're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing. We've got some FM content coming in your lives over this weekend. We've got more United Daily. We've got Pod to Nowhere. We've got good stuff coming up. And then next week, the action begins to look ahead to the Manchester United Spurs game, which is on the Friday. So we'll have a preview and things like that coming up. Make sure you're keeping it locked to AdamMcKola TV. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And for now, I have been AdamMcKola. You lot have been legends. Thank you to those that have joined and super chatted. And even if you've just liked or commented, I appreciate every single one of you. In a bit.